Good morning. How's everyone? I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2016 Mound Elementary D.A.R.E graduation. I'd like to start off by thanking the City of Miamisburg, the Miamisburg City Schools, and the Miamisburg Police Department for their support of the D.A.R.E program, because without it, today would not be possible. I'd also like to thank all the parents and relatives that have joined us today. I really enjoyed working with your kids this year. You should be very proud of them. They did a great job, and they're a lot of fun to be around. I'd also like to thank the fourth graders for coming today, and I look forward to seeing you guys next year in D.A.R.E class. Some of the topics we discussed this year was the dangers of alcohol and tobacco. We talked about good decision-making skills and how to resist peer pressure. We talked about bullying. We talked about being confident in our decisions. We also talked about how to be safe with over-the-counter and prescription drugs. The goal of the program is for you guys to take the information we talked about and use it, especially you guys grow older and encounter difficult situations at the middle school and the high school. I'd also like to introduce our guests today who've joined us to congratulate you on your accomplishment. We have from the City of Miamisburg, the Mayor, Dick Church. Also from the City of Miamisburg, we have Councilmember John Stalter. For the Miamisburg Municipal Court, we have Judge Robert Reddick. For the Miamisburg City Schools, we have your Superintendent, Dr. David Vail. And from the Miamisburg Police Department, we have Captain Tom Thompson. Some of our guests would like to say a few words with you, so we'll begin with Mayor Church.
Thank you, Officer Sherritts, and good morning, everyone. Mound is my elementary school. I just live right up the street, so I see a lot of you walking to and from school every day. And I grew up in this neighborhood, on the corner over here where they're fixing the curb this morning is where I grew up, and I was relating that at one time I thought I was going to be a teacher, and when this building was built, it was just 8 rooms, and 3 days a week I would come up here and or come over here and take the students to Harmon Field for gym class. So I've grown up with Mound School. This is the 22nd year of D.A.R.E in the Miamisburg City School District. And as I say every year, and I really believe this with all my heart, this is one of the best programs that we do in cooperation with our local school district. But over those 22 years, things have changed quite a bit. And it's got more intense on the drugs in our country. But before I go any further, I do want to acknowledge the Miami Valley Communications Council. Joe McKenzie's back there on the camera. You'll be able to watch this on Time Warner Cable Channel 5 at least 100 times between now and the next Mound D.A.R.E graduation. But as I said earlier, times have changed, and right now in this country and this community and other communities throughout our nation, there is a heroin epidemic. It is very serious. Officials all over the state, and I know this region in particular and this community, we've been working very hard to see what we can do to kind of remedy that situation. And Judge Reddick has been a big mover and shaker in that endeavor. But you know, D.A.R.E gives you a great message. And over those 22 years, we've had great D.A.R.E officers relaying to you the evils of being involved in smoking, drinking, and drugs. We had a First Lady years ago, Mrs. Nancy Reagan, who had a simple solution. to the whole situation. And she urged everyone that was approached by anyone, just say no. Just say no. I can assure you, in your lifetime, and it may be early life or as you get older, at some time in your life, you are going to be challenged by someone to try to get you to do something that you know is wrong. And I hope that you remember the lessons of D.A.R.E. and just say no and tell them also that they shouldn't be doing that also. And if you do that, I will guarantee you'll have a great rest of your life. Have a great summer vacation.
Next, we have Judge Reddick.
Have you ever heard the expression, your future looks so bright you have to wear shades? Used to be an old saying. Well, great. That's how bright your future is. You've got a whole lot of parents here. Gosh, I really appreciate you all coming. When I see defendants in court, the difference the presence of a sibling or a parent makes is phenomenal. But the mayor almost always says great things are happening in Miamisburg. And he just told you, if you just follow what you've learned in D.A.R.E., you're going to have a great life. Well, the mayor's not just blowing smoke. He's telling you the honest truth. You live in a great place. You go to a great school. You're special. And I want you to know that. And if you just don't follow a path, it's going to get kind of twisty, and there's going to be different forks in the road. And it's been my experience that the easy path is normally not the right one. The hard path is generally the right one. And the mayor said you're going to be challenged. You are. But it's not going to be in the cold, hard light of day when your mom and dad are next to you, or you're a minister, or maybe one of your siblings. It's going to be at night. In a car, in a basement, somebody's going to want you to do something you know is wrong. Something that's bad. Something that's going to hurt you. And I'm just asking you to have the strength of character to say no, to not do that. Additionally, maybe the person next to you isn't as strong-willed as you are. Maybe they didn't learn as much in D.A.R.E., and maybe they take that bad path. I'm asking you to speak to that friend and try to get them to go back to where they were before, to give up maybe that mistake they had made. I know sometimes it's difficult to stand up and say, but I'm asking you to do that. Congratulations and have a great summer.
Next, we'll have Dr. Vail.
Good morning. It's certainly an honor for me to be here to be a part of your graduation from the D.A.R.E. program. We appreciate the cooperation and collaboration with the city, the police department, and the schools to bring this program to you. On behalf of the entire school district, the Board of Education, administration, and staff, we want to congratulate you on completing the program and graduating and learning a great lesson. You know, as you grow up, you've got some great teachers in your life. It started out with those people in the back, the people at home, your parents, your uncles and aunts, your grandparents, your guardians, your brothers and sisters, who were your first teachers before you started school. And then when you became old enough, you started school, and you had some wonderful teachers here. Taught you math, reading, science, social studies, phys ed, all those things. And one component was missing, and one of our staff members right here, Officer Doug Sherritts, provided that curriculum to you that we do not provide. So we teach you what you can be successful in school. He teaches you what to be successful outside of school. And they talk about the challenges that you'll face, whether it be today, tomorrow, on down the road. You've got a great support system here. Your friends that went through the program with you, those parents over there, and your teachers. So in any time you feel a little stressed from that, unsure of yourself, you're not there alone. You've got people to reach out to, so don't be afraid to do that. Hope you have a great end of your school year, have a great summer, and good luck with you in middle school next year. Thank you.
And Captain Thompson.
Hello, guys. One of the things I really like about the D.A.R.E. program is it gives us a chance to build relationships with you guys. It gives you a chance to get to know us and know that police officers aren't sometimes what they make them out to be on TV. They're actually a lot of really good guys that want to help you out. And you guys are very fortunate to have Officer Doug. Officer Doug, prior to D.A.R.E. and sometimes even now, when he works the road, he's like one of those really good cops you see on TV, really smart, catches all the bad guys. I mean, he's one of the really, really good ones. And he doesn't wear skinny jeans or with the fancy hairdos like on CSI and stuff. So, but like the really cool cops, the good ones. So, but at any rate, it's great for us to be able to build relationships with you guys. He brags on you guys every single morning, the kids in the D.A.R.E. program when I see him. One of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about is bullying. And each and every one of you, and the judge touched on it, and I just want to emphasize it, each and every one of you guys is so important. No matter what you feel like right now in life, maybe you're having a bad day, a bad school year, a great school year, no matter what it is, boy, girl, tall, short, no matter who you are, you guys are all extremely important. And you are very important to not only your future, but to all of our future sitting here. And so sometimes people go down those wrong roads or make bad decisions when they feel bad about themselves. And a lot of times people feel bad about themselves because other people kind of help them feel bad about themselves by bullying them. It doesn't always have to be physical. It can be words. You guys have heard the phrase, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Who's heard that? Now, sticks and stones might break your bones. That's true. But names do hurt. When people exclude you or keep you out of being part of a group, say mean things to you, you remember that. And you remember that for a very, very long time. There's probably not one parent in the room that can say that I don't remember getting picked on at some part in my life and how bad it hurt. So make it a point through the rest of this school year as you go into next year and the challenges you guys meet in junior high to be good to each other. Treat each other as special as you really are, because you guys are all so important. Say nice things to each other. If you see somebody having a down day, be good to them. If you see somebody getting picked on, step in and stop it. And take good care of each other. So I appreciate you. Your parents appreciate you. We all appreciate you. You guys are awesome. And thank you very much.
The last thing the fifth graders have to do to graduate from D.A.R.E. is write a D.A.R.E. report. And everyone you see it over there, completed a D.A.R.E. report, and they all did a great job. And we selected a few to share their reports today, and we'll begin with Cadence Dix.
There are many paths to take. Which path will you choose? Will you choose the path of a good career and family, or will you choose the path of drug and alcohol abuse? D.A.R.E. has taught me many things about which path I should choose. Did you know that there are 75,000 alcohol and drug-related deaths each year? The good part about that is most teens don't drink alcohol. Teen bodies are still growing, so alcohol affects them more than adults. It is illegal for anyone to drink alcohol under the age of 21. Alcohol effects can include loss of coordination, poor judgment, memory loss, loss of self-control, and slow reflexes. Alcohol weakens the heart muscle and reduces the amount of blood pumped to and from the heart. This can put yourself and others at risk. 160,000 kids are reported bullied each year, but what would we call bullying? Bullying is aggressive, unwanted behavior used again and again to isolate, harm, or control another person. Bullying can include teasing, talking about hurting someone, spreading rumors, gossiping, or attacking someone by hurting or yelling at them. Bullying does not always happen in person. It can be online too. This is called cyberbullying. It can be posting rumors, embarrassing pictures, or sending hurtful or threatening messages. In conclusion, D.A.R.E. will help learn about drugs, alcohol, and bullying. I choose the path of a drug-free and harmless life. It's up to you to decide your path of life.
Good job. Congratulations. Good job. Thank you. Next, we have Kaylin Staunch McCormick.
you.
All set. Got it?
Yep. Did you know each year thousands of people die as a result of drug and alcohol use? The D.A.R.E program helps children to avoid ending up like those people. Trust me, you don't want to end up dead because of your poor choices. Not only would you be missed, but you would be all over the news. You don't want all the publicity. D.A.R.E stands for Define, Assess, Respond, and Evaluate. Define the situation, assess your choices, respond to the situation, and then evaluate your choice. If you ever end up in a bad situation, use D.A.R.E. And if you want to report your problem, then be sure to include the 5 W's. You don't have to say your name, you could stay anonymous. In the D.A.R.E program, we learn these steps using a workbook and having class discussions. Everyone in class is very involved and received prizes for completing their homework. In our workbooks, we did pages with examples of situations that were drug and alcohol related. Then we would share our answers with the rest of the class. Then Officer Doug would share the right answer and discuss it with us. The most important thing I learned from the D.A.R.E program was to have the confidence to just say no. I'll never be afraid to make the right choice. I will always say no to anything that doesn't sound safe, even if my best friend is asking me. Because one small action like saying no can make a big change in your life. I think the D.A.R.E program is important because not all children are taught these steps at home. Kids need to be encouraged to make the right choice. D.A.R.E helps give them the skills they know how to do that. Hopefully children in the D.A.R.E program will use these steps for a long time. I am very thankful for having this opportunity in D.A.R.E.
Good job. Congratulations. Thank you. Next, we have Landon Skimming.
Have you ever thought about what you would do in a position that involves drugs or alcohol? Like, let's say one of your friends asks you if you want any drugs, what would you say? Well, that is why you have D.A.R.E class. D.A.R.E class is when an officer comes into your room and talks about what drugs and alcohol can do to you and how to prevent doing drugs or alcohol underage. I learned a lot of things in D.A.R.E class. I learned what to do in a position that involves drugs and alcohol. He gave us lessons for homework that are always about what we did that day in our books. It always asks us, like, what would you do if your friend asked you if you wanted some drugs, what you would do. What would you do? I have asked questions about what kind of decisions to make in a problem. I have never been in a problem like that, and I hope I never will be in a problem like that one. If I were to be in a problem like that, I would say no thanks, and leave the area. If anyone asks me if I want any drugs, I would say no and walk away. And also try to use everything that I got taught in D.A.R.E class. Like, if they ask the same question, I would say no and try to avoid the area where the people are using drugs and drinking alcohol underage. So there are some things that I would do if anyone, even my best friend, asked me if I want any drugs or alcohol. I would say no. Take D.A.R.E class as a big thing in your life. It will help you in middle school all the way through college. So please make good choices in your life. Thank you.
Very good. Good job, bud. Next, we have Samantha Allen.
Thanks. D.A.R.E is really important. Why, you might ask? Well, it's important because D.A.R.E is all about resisting drugs, alcohol, and more. At some point in your life, you're going to be offered something that you're not supposed to have. D.A.R.E is something that can help you when you're in a situation like that. First of all, D.A.R.E stands for Define, Assess, Respond, and Evaluate. When you start doing D.A.R.E, you will get a D.A.R.E book. Your D.A.R.E book will tell you all kinds of little facts about alcohol, tobacco, and smoking. When I first started D.A.R.E, I already knew that alcohol and everything else was bad, but now that D.A.R.E is almost over, I know so much more. Here are some things that I learned. 1. Alcohol slows down the brain and body. 2. Alcohol goes right to the bloodstream, which can damage every organ in your body. 3. Over 400,000 people die from tobacco-related causes each year. 4. More than 200 harmful chemicals can be found in cigarette smoke. I've not yet used the D.A.R.E decision-making model, but I'm sure I will in the future. The letters in D.A.R.E are actually the D.A.R.E decision-making model. Why? Well, it's because each letter stands for something. The D stands for define, describe the problem. The A stands for assess, what can you do? The R stands for respond, make a decision using the facts you've gathered. The E stands for evaluate, look back on your decision, was it a good one? As I get older, I know I'll get more independent, which is why I will always try to stay out of trouble using what I know about D.A.R.E. Going to a whole new building is really scary and exciting, but I know that if I get bullied, I'll know what to do. First, I'll tell them to stop or please go away. If that doesn't work, I could slip a piece of paper telling what's going on in some papers, or talk to a trusted adult. Bullies can be really scary, but if you don't want to be bullied, you're going to want to keep your head up high and walk with confidence. You may not know what D.A.R.E is now, but in 5th grade, you're sure to find out. Drugs and alcohol and tobacco are really serious, but you can conquer it with D.A.R.E. Why? Well, because it can't leave your mind. D.A.R.E will always be there.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Next, we have Angie Kilpatrick.
At some point in your life, someone has probably told you, don't do drugs and stay in school. You might think that's all you need to know, but there's a lot more to know about drugs, alcohol, and smoking. A drug is any substance other than food that affects the way your mind and body works. Not all drugs have negative effects, like prescription and over-the-counter medicine. These kind of drugs are supposed to have positive effects on your mind and body, but they don't if you abuse them. Abusing and taking too much prescription or over-the-counter medicine is dangerous. Some drugs only have negative effects. These are the drugs you want to stay away from. Alcohol can be dangerous too. Did you know that there are about 75,000 alcohol-related deaths each year in the United States? Alcohol goes directly into the bloodstream and can damage every organ in your body. Too much alcohol can cause you to have poor judgment, loss of coordination, memory loss, slow reflexes, and loss of self-control. Alcohol is illegal for anyone under 21. Most teens don't drink alcohol. Teenagers are affected more severely by alcohol than adults because their bodies are still growing. If too much is consumed, alcohol can slow down the body and eventually lead to coma and death. Smoking causes even more death each year than alcohol. More than 400,000 Americans die every year from tobacco-related causes. Secondhand smoke causes almost 50,000 deaths every year. Did you know pets can be affected by smoking too? If someone who smokes has a pet, their pet is more likely to get cancer. Nicotine makes smoking even more dangerous. Nicotine is an extremely addictive substance. It makes people not want to stop smoking. Smoking can cause many health problems. It can cause heart disease and lung cancer. Chewing tobacco can cause mouth cancer and tooth loss. There are more than 200 harmful chemicals in cigarette smoke. Smoking is the leading preventable cause of death in the United States. Now you know the reason people say, don't do drugs and stay in school. There are countless deaths each year caused by drugs. These deaths can be prevented, so be smart and don't start.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. And we have Libby Ballert.
Have you ever said just one time can't hurt? If you think one time can't hurt, I have one word for you. Yikes. If you think that one time can't hurt, you are sadly mistaken. Luckily, D.A.R.E taught me that one time can hurt. Do you know what drugs can do to you? How about alcohol? There are many health effects when you use drugs. Not all drugs are bad, but even medicine can harm you if you use too much. Listen closely if you want to find out more about drugs. Alcohol causes about 75,000 deaths per year in the U.S. Alcohol is fully illegal for anyone under 21. Most teens don't drink, which is good. Sadly, some teens do drink. That is bad because their bodies are still growing, so it affects them more severely than adults. It has many health effects. Some are memory loss, poor judgment, and loss of self-control. It weakens your heart muscle. It also reduces the amount of blood pumped to and from your heart. Too much of it can slow down your body and lead to coma and death. Alcohol goes directly to your bloodstream and can damage every organ in your body. Now ask yourself, is alcohol worth the risks? Do you know what makes you so addicted to cigarettes? It's called nicotine. Nicotine is a powerfully addictive substance. It is habit forming. Nicotine in cigarettes and chewing tobacco reduces the amount of blood that flows into your brain. This interferes with the way your brain works. Smoking causes heart disease. It can cause lung cancer. It causes about 325,000 more deaths per year in the U.S. than alcohol. Secondhand smoke causes about 50,000 deaths per year in the U.S. Cigarettes have about 600 ingredients. When they are burning, they produce about 7,000 chemicals. Many of those chemicals are poisonous, and at least 69 of them can cause cancer. Smoking also has many health effects on your skin and teeth. It can make your skin very wrinkly. It also makes your teeth yellow too. Your teeth can even fall out. Don't forget that'll make your breath smell. You may not know this, but medicine is a drug. Not all drugs are bad. Medicine is used to help your body. Even though it is supposed to be good, it can be dangerous. If you use prescription medicine that wasn't prescribed to you, you could get sick. Not only that, but you could get in legal trouble. It is bad if you overdose. You overdose when you use too much of something than you have to. Use the medicine dose listed on the label. Don't use too much. It is important to measure your medicines correctly to get the right dosage. Too much of a good thing can be bad. You can use the D.A.R.E decision-making model in many ways. I will tell you what it stands for. It is define, assess, respond, and evaluate. Define means explain what's going on. Assess means think of your choices. Next, you have to respond. What are you going to do? Last, evaluate your choices. You have to think, is what I did right? The D.A.R.E decision-making model helps you in bad situations. No matter what situation, always use define, assess, respond, and evaluate. I will use D.A.R.E later on in my life. I will say no in bad situations. I will not do drugs, and I will use the D.A.R.E decision-making model. I will use what I learned in D.A.R.E in my everyday life. If you see someone doing drugs, tell them what it can do to them. If they ask you how you know that, tell them you took a D.A.R.E class in 5th grade. When I get older, I will hang out with people who don't use drugs. If someone asks me to do drugs, I will say no. If my friend asks me, I will say no too. I probably won't hang out with that person anymore because they might pressure me into using the drugs. I want people who use drugs to stop, so I'll tell them everything I learned in D.A.R.E class.
Very good. Thank you. Like I said before, all the students did a great job on their reports, and those 6 are a perfect example of that. The last group of people I'd like to thank that make my job very easy is the D.A.R.E officer here at Mound Elementary, and that's the staff. And that begins with your principal, Mr. Black. And the 5th grade teachers, Mrs. Elson, Mrs. Rimali, and Mrs. Reed. And now it's time to receive your certificates, and we'll begin with Mrs. Reed's class.
Zoe Aldred, Samantha Allen, let Zoe go first. There you go. Abby Barlow, Easton Berger, Wyatt Booker, Melissa Kajamarka, Kyle Fugate, Josh Hammerly, Connor Isham, Awesome Issa, Joey Mahaney, Shanna Marlowe, sorry. Madison Miller, Wyatt Perrin, Tristan Pelfrey, DeMarco Powell, Rebecca Powers, Tiana Rader, Rhiannon Shirley, Kaylin Stanch McCormick, Logan Webb, Jaden Wells, Lexus Wilson, and Michael Wright.
Thank you. Next, we'll have Mrs. Rameli's class. Okay.
Lily Amahaji.
Yeah, hold that, and I'll take these from
Will Butler. Jonas Cady. Caden Sticks. Gavin Flores. Caitlin Ford. Micah Garrison. Amir Ahmed. Parker Hoskins. Emma Johnson. Gabe Pig. Caitlin Rohr. Austin Rose. Ella Sands. Zachary Shockey. Landon Skimming. Chloe Sparks. TJ Templeton. Luciana Valiante. Lehigh Wickstrom. Evan Wiley. And Mrs. Olson's class is next. Lucas Valbiar Murphy. Libby Bellert. Taylor Brigham. Andrea Clemens. Drew Copsey. Braden Davis. Gus Davis. Peyton Easterling. Ashlyn Ferguson. Aubrey Garrison. Gabe Godsey. Brandon Hildreth. Megan Holman. Sorry. Will Johnson. Angie Kilpatrick. Somerset Lehman, Tate Middleton, Caroline Monig, Michael Owens, Drew Thomas, Caden West, and Anna Ziering. Well done, guys. We're proud of you. We're confident that you're going to make good choices from here on out. Good job, guys. We're proud.
Thank you. The last thing we'll do as part of the D.A.R.E graduation is I have a short little video to show you of D.A.R.E classes here at Mound. Once again, let's give our fifth grader a big round of applause. Fifth and fourth graders, have a great summer and be safe out there. Thank you, parents and relatives who attended today. Everyone have a great and safe summer. Thank you.